do that. I can do that presentation at the last moment, no problem. But it is a problem. It is a problem, right? Second thing, avoiding discomfort. The position that you are in is something that you don't want to move out of, right? You don't want to go into that discomfort. That's why you procrastinate. Fear of failure. What if you do something and if you fail? That's why you decide not to move. Emotional state. You might be really tired. You might be fatigued. You might be in a position where you're too stressed. And that's why you don't want to get any productive thing done. Okay? These are the 4 primary reasons why you would procrastinate. Now, to get rid of procrastination, the first strategy is to set goals and rewards. And what I mean by that is during the day, you can set up small goals and rewards for yourself. So think about the thing that you have been procrastinating. And what you do is, if you do that small thing, so I'll give you an example. Suppose if you want to clean your garage and you have been procrastinating for, I won't say the number because I know it's a big number, right? Yes. So say X number of years. So what you do is you don't set up a goal saying that I'm going to clean my entire garage this weekend. No. Get real. You haven't done that for the past 3 years. How are you going to do it this weekend? Right? So what you would do is you would set up a small goal. You would set up, you know what? This small little thing that exists in my garage, that's the part I'm going to clean. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to look at any other mess that's in the garage. I'm just going to clean that small part in my garage. And when you do that, when you actually do that, it becomes less overwhelming. It appears more real. And that's why the chances of you going and doing it is way higher than when you look at the entire garage and think, oh my God, I have to clean the entire garage. The second thing that you do is you set up a reward for it. This is very, very critical. Very critical. So when you do clean up that small piece of garage, that small area of your garage, what you do is you decide to reward yourself for it. Because you are reinforcing that behavior for yourself by giving yourself a reward. And this is more of happening at the subconscious level. Because every time, and this goes to thousands and thousands of years ago, whenever you do something good and you reward yourself, you're actually programming your mind to do more. So what you'll see yourself doing is next weekend, you might actually think of doing this small part, but you would end up doing 150% or sometimes even 200% more of what you've decided to do. And this is something that I have used myself and seen amazing results. Okay? You like that?
Yes.
All right. What is it that you are going to clean up? What mess are you going to clean up in your life is what I want you to start thinking about. What is it that you have been procrastinating, and what's the small, tiny little thing that you can do? Maybe you have a list of 500 people in your database and you haven't called them, you haven't communicated with them. What if you decide, okay, you know what, I'm going to call 2 people tomorrow, not 500, but I'm going to call 2 people tomorrow. That's it. That's your small goal. And when you call those 2 people, then reward yourself. And this all has to be pre-decided. The day before you decide, okay, tomorrow I'm going to call these 2 people, and for calling these 2 people, I am going to do whatever you take pleasure in. Okay? The second thing you can do is you can declare, you can make it public. This is very powerful because now you're declaring it to other people, so it's more real for you. Okay? And you share it with people who support you. Because they are the ones that are going to support you in overcoming your procrastination. The third thing you can do is you set negative consequences. Negative consequences. So one of the examples of this, so make the consequence of inaction so unbearable that you have no choice but actually to do that. So for example, it could be an organization or a company or some organization that you actually hate. And what you can do is you can say that, you know what, if I don't do this thing, I'm going to write a check of $1,000 to that corporation. Yeah. Right? But again, if you are totally committed to doing that, then you will go ahead and do that. This is actually one of the, why I put that number 3 is this is one of the most difficult ways to do it. But this is the best way to do it. This is the best way to do it. This is such a big motivator. But it requires a solid commitment. A solid commitment. Okay? Good. So how do you like these 3 so far?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yes.
Do you think you can apply them?
Yes.
Alright, which one do you think you will apply?
All three together.
Oh wow, that's a motivated procrastination killer.
Yes.
All 3. How many of you are going to apply number 1? Alright, number 2? Okay, good. Now, why is your hand up like this?
Procrastinating.
What I did is, with the help of my mentor, I learned about procrastination. And what he explained to me is procrastination. This is again different from what we've learned so far. Okay, so just stay with me. Procrastination is actually your friend. I'm going to change that around a little bit, so just stay with me. Procrastination is actually your friend. And why I'm saying that is because look at your life, look at your business, look at the things that you're procrastinating. Carefully study them, carefully look at those aspects. And the real reason why you're not doing those things is because you should not be doing those things. You should not be doing those things. The things that you love, you don't procrastinate. Right? So the only reason why you're procrastinating actually is because you don't love to do that thing. You like that?
Yes.
That's very, very powerful. So one of the ways that you can start to identify what you really love to do is see the things that you really are doing in your life and your business. I'll give you my example. I used to hate lawn mowing. Hate. And what I did is I ended up, my lawn used to grow quite tall. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. Like 3 weekends, 4 weekends. And it used to be really bad. And that's something that I was procrastinating. And then when I learned these concepts, these powerful concepts, that's not something that I love to do. That's not something I like to do. Right? This is what I love to do. Speaking on stages, teaching people how to enhance their life and their business. This is what I love to do. I would rather stand up here on a weekend and coach and teach and do powerful sessions like this rather than being in my lawn and doing my lawn mowing. Right? And when I could identify that, I changed. I hired somebody to do it. I delegated that aspect of my life. And my life started to change. So I want you to carefully think about procrastination as actually your friend. Don't look at it as an enemy. That's something that you need to either dump or you need to delegate. That's something that you're trying to do, and you will keep trying forever. You will try to do that forever and you will not do it. That's a fact. The fact that you've not done this for the last 10 years, this is the reason, friends. This is the reason. You like that?
Yes.
Was that too much? Ooh, it's all quiet and so now what do you think? It's too quiet.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Alright, so don't have time. Let's look at time. Who knows this number? 168. Yes? What does that mean? Why is this important?
Heather knows.
Heather! 168. Why is this number important?
Because it's the number of hours every single one of us have in every week.
Exactly. It's the number of hours in a week. Okay. So I want you to start thinking about what you do in these 168 hours every week. I have some averages I'm going to share with you. Not necessarily what you do, but this is an average. 49 hours for sleep. That leaves you 119 hours. 56 hours of work. So taking into account that you work 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, which may not be real. You may be working less hours or you might be working more hours. then 56, but this is the average. 56 hours a week, that takes you to 63 hours left. 7 hours of commuting, that leaves you 56. 13 hours of errands and housework, now it leaves you 43 hours. 20 hours for family connecting time, that leaves you 23 hours. Now these 23 hours will decide your future. These 23 hours is what will decide your future. What you do in these 23 hours. Now again, like I said, for you it might be 19, it might be 40, it might be 4. Like, I don't know your life, you know your life. But I want you to consider this big number, 168, and see where you stand. Like my coach, Sunil, he asked me to do a sheet. He asked me to do an hourly sheet, and that's what I did. I did right from 5 a.m. in the morning. What do I do? How do I spend my time? And it's shocking. It's shocking how I spend my time. Right? Generally, hours just go by. Oh, going to work, coming back, just talking to a client, checking internet, checking Facebook, and the day is gone. But when you actually start to track it on paper, it's shocking. Okay? So if you land up with these hours, and these 23 hours is what you can identify, then you will really start to get focused and really start working towards your business. And this is where you make real money. Because it's said that 9 to 5 you work for someone else for your present. For your present. And 5 to 9 what you do is what you're working for your future.
We had a great event. It was a 3-hour free live seminar, and it was called the Profound Success Seminar. And I'll tell you, it was I got so many people coming up to me and saying that it was life-changing for them. They had big aha moments. It was breakthrough sessions for some of them. And just listening to those people gives me a lot of satisfaction that I'm able to change lives, right? So it was amazing, and it was great to connect with new people, great audience, great response, and it was fantastic. It was awesome.
The brightest moment in this workshop was when I discussed about procrastination. That was an issue that people have, and a lot of my coaching clients have that issue before they come to me. But when I teach them some strategies as my clients, as one-on-one clients, and the changes that they are able to see in their life and business, it just changes their whole dynamics of how they operate their life and business. And the aha moments that they get because of application, it's not just the knowledge, right? It's the application that they're doing that's giving them the results. And once they see the results, they want to do more, right? And that's how that works.
My final advice would be live your dreams. Find what your purpose is and live your purpose, like I'm living mine right now, right? So what is it that you truly want in life? Discover that. Redefine your purpose and live it.
The advice that I would give entrepreneurs is take focused action. Focused action. Because a lot of entrepreneurs, I feel they are lost. They don't know where they're going. They're working really hard. Believe me, they're working really hard, but they're not having a clear focus. They want to do 5 different things. They want to have multiple streams of income. But the thing is, they don't have one source of income which is steady and coming to them on a regular basis. And they are on the lookout for having multiple streams of income. So when I train when I teach, when I do sessions, when I do coaching seminars, what I teach them is try and focus first. Try to get that one stream of business going and become an expert in that. And my teachings are all build up credibility. Build up credibility. I teach them how they can build up credibility so that people start looking at that entrepreneur as a specialist. Now they get recognized in their field as a go-to person. And once that's established, then you start attracting clients. That's the beauty. That's the way to do it.